Well, hey there. Let's do a Wednesday recap for February 22nd. How did the sports algorithms do it? Most of the games are over and a couple of them are finishing. And I'll be able to go over the discussion about betting both sides of games. It's been a very good day for that. I'm profitable today. I'll tell you how it went. So, first, let's start with hockey. The one game that's over was a very low scoring game, as the goaltenders would have predicted. Winnipeg does not win, but it's low scoring. And that's kind of what the algorithm was pointing at in this game. So stays under. That's good. These games are 3-3 and 3-3 right now, actually. The Arizona game was fantastic for betting both sides. You start off with Arizona, they go down 1-0, and then take a 3-1 lead. That's when you can bet Calgary. I actually have Calgary right now at plus 250. And they came back to tie it up like a couple minutes later after going down two. So unbelievable game for betting both sides. I'm just sitting back and waiting, figuring out whether I want to bet on Arizona. I actually would like to wait till Calgary scores a goal. Then you get Arizona at like plus 500, and I'll wager on Arizona as well. If Arizona comes back and scores a goal, I might be in trouble in this wager. I could just bet them now because they're plus 164 right now. But point is, good game for doing this. Calgary moved to Vladar instead of Markstrom. They probably watched my video, saw that Vladar had a better rating, and went with that. And Chicago's made a weird comeback down 3-0 to make this 3-3. This is apparently also a game that might be interesting, or might have been interesting, but you stayed away from that because it wasn't supposed to happen that way. Although Jackson Stauber is playing pretty well, that new goalie for Chicago. So let's go over to college basketball. So hockey's a pretty good day because the under and because the Arizona game was good for playing both sides. So those were two things I talked about. Now, as for college basketball, it's also having a phenomenally good day. And that's probably why things have been going so well with all the tracking and the wagers that I've been doing today. So there's only two games in progress right now. Alabama is flirting with potentially getting upset here in overtime. It's a 2-point game in overtime. We'll see how that goes. That's crazy. But of course, they're an away team, and away teams have trouble all the time. The other one's Boise State, which has dropped down in the first half by 11 with 2 minutes left. They're at plus 240 right now. I already bet them at plus 164 earlier because they're a home team that the algorithm favors, which means they'll probably come back in the second half, and then you could bet New Mexico. So we'll see how that game goes. That's the open college basketball bet that I have. How about the games that have completed? 46-11, winning 81% of our games. We're 30-27 against the spread with our point projections. We're 32-22 when it comes to over-unders. Algorithm apparently really crushed it today. Look at home teams, 21-2, losing Central Florida and Army, unfortunately, was a big. Well, Army was a value pick, and that did not win. So bummer. They tried to come back, but they didn't have it in them. Rest of the games win. Everything as a whole looking nice and profitable over here. Cumulative ROIs go from 10%. You lose a game, they go back up to 14%. You lose a game, they finish at 16% right now with the Boise State game still going. Even if you lose Boise or the Boise game, you're still up 2.63 units. So home teams do well. How about away teams? Away teams also profitable today because they had such a good day. Wow. Yeah. 25-9 on the away teams with no home bump today. That's incredible. That's really good for away teams. No bump needed today. 31% ROI for all teams. How'd our underdogs do? 4-2 on our underdogs. Good Lord. Yeah, Bellarmine came back to you knew the day started off well when Bellarmine came back down like 8 points in the second half to win. They were plus 500 at some point. I did have them, and that started off the day nice. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. I tried to play both sides of a couple of these games. I lost taking Florida Gulf Coast because that was a bad. I should have had Lipscomb at the beginning. I took Maine and they didn't come back. So those were two that I lost. But man, Butler to Paul, great game for making money. Million lead changes. That was fantastic. Let's see what else happened today in games that I played. So I said take away teams at the bottom are the ones where you should play. And let's see if I did that. Bellarmine, great game for it. I won that. This was a pretty good game for it, even though I didn't bet right. Stephen F. Austin, great game for doing this. Stephen F. Austin wins on the road. This was back and forth the whole time. I think I heard them say there were 14 lead changes in this game. That's right, everybody. 14 opportunities for you to get positive lines on either one of these teams in this game. That's what that basically means. The line doesn't always shift to a positive number when there's a lead change if it's small, but it's pretty close and tied to that for the most part when the teams are close like this. This was great for doing that. Don't know about this game. This game was also good, Kentucky and Florida, because Florida looked like they were going to win earlier on in the game, and you could get both these teams at good lines. Butler DePaul was excellent. Don't know about this game. This game was awesome, Vanderbilt, Louisiana State. They were back and forth all over the place with wide points. I didn't actually play this game, but I kept looking at it saying, oh, I should grab Louisiana State right now. Like, I wasn't thinking there was too much going on, but that was an awesome game for doing that. Awesome. Navy American was good because Navy went down early. I got Navy at +2. Gosh, what did I get them at? Still look at my phone. I got Navy at a ridiculous time. When you see Navy winning this game as easily as they did, they won this game, although on the road, but yeah, they won by 16, and I had them. You're like, how does a team like Navy that's -115? How did you get them at what line did you get them at, Ken? I'm going to tell you in a second. Navy, I got at +230. I got Navy at +230. That's how you know you're doing something right with this strategy. Because I saw them down early and I thought, even though they're on the road, they have a 10% margin. Americans, they have a better strength of schedule. There's a lot of reasons they'll probably give it a shot and come back. They gave it a shot, came back and just straight up won. Yeah, +230. That means I had options to take American. I don't think I backed it up with any American bet because Navy just stormed through them, and I thought it wasn't even worth it at all. They were up by 10 for the last 10 minutes of the game. So this, yeah, excellent game for doing this. You want this team going down early and then coming and betting them. So yeah, I mean, it was good. It was a good day. Everything kind of went according to plan. I did not win every game, but I won enough games at great lines. I mean, there was just situations where I had two teams like +230 or 250. I think I had that in the Butler game. Let me just read them off to you because I want to actually tell you what I did have. Oh yeah, I had USC Upstate over Presbyterian. Where's that game? I'm looking. I got USC Upstate at +230, and they win. Find them on here. Yeah, South Carolina Upstate. Look, they had a 17% margin, and they got down, and I was like, take them. +230, bam, winner. Florida Gulf Coast. I had at +350, and they lost. I just was going with them because they were a home team. Had Army, and they lost. Talk about Winthrop. Where's the Winthrop and Campbell game? Oh, that was great. This was another one. Oh, perfect. So you're way down here with a home team that's barely supposed to win that dropped down. I got Winthrop at +255. I got Winthrop. Look at this. They're -175. How do you get them at 255? Because they're down. I think it was early in the second half, maybe, or just a halftime. I think it was halftime. Something like that, +255. And then I also had Campbell because Winthrop came back in the second half early. I got Campbell at +260, 255, 260. You're making at least 1.5 to 1.6 units. You can't lose. And then you can watch at the end of the game and try to cash one out and see if you can sneaky get a late comeback, which did happen. These continue to switch around. I was watching that game to see if I should do that. But I'm looking at both of them. I'm like, I got +260 and +255. Just shut up, Ken. Just take it. Just let it play itself out. Like, there's no reason to mess around. And so it just, these types of games down here, absolutely. I mean, Marshall and James Madison, I don't know how that went, but an away team winning down here means that probably was a good game. I didn't watch it though. Bad game, good game, good game. Don't know about this game. Don't know about this game. Okay game, great game. Don't know. Clemson was up all the way, so you could never bet anything in this game. So it kind of worked you out of betting that game unless you bet Clemson before the game just to win, because they were supposed to win, obviously. Yeah, just I'm telling you, this is, I mean, it is kind of rocket science. It's a lot of paying attention to the game, identifying where the team is on this list and what their position is in the game, and if they're getting offered a positive line, and then timing your bets to try to optimize what that positive line is. So successful day 4, excellent day for the college basketball algorithm specifically, and a reasonable day so far for hockey. We'll see what happens here. We'll see if Dallas finishes off Chicago or what happens with Arizona and Calgary. So that's the update. I'll be back for Thursday. There will be an NBA prediction tomorrow. I'll be opening up the NBA algorithm because that season resumes after the All-Star break. So we'll have hockey and NBA and college basketball on Thursday. Good luck. I hope your picks won today, and I hope they continue to be winning.